Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your brother G Money Wisdom coming back at you with another video. And in today's video, I'm gonna be bringing you guys a banger. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It's called the Enchiridion by Epictetus. And it's kind of funny how I actually found this book. I found this book from, believe it or not, Adventure Time, because in Adventure Time, there was a book in the show called the Enchiridion, and I thought it sounded super cool. So I was like, I wonder if this is an actual real book. And lo and behold, it's a real book by Epictetus. So the purpose of this video is just going to be kind of like a short little book review and some really cool quotes that I really like, that I think will be of value to you guys in your journey of self-development and self-realization. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it with my favorite quote from this book, and possibly my favorite quote of all time. So it goes like this: if you are attracted by the resemblance of any promised pleasure, guard yourself against being affected by it. Be patient and let this pass, and buy yourself some time. Then bring to your mind both points of time, the first when you will enjoy the pleasure, and then the time which you will regret and scold yourself. After, contemplate a third option in opposition to these, how you will rejoice and be proud of yourself if you abstain. And although it could appear to you as reasonable gratification, be cautious that its enticements and allurements and seductions could subdue you. So set in opposition to this how much better it is to be conscious of having attained a great victory over yourself. So basically what this quote is saying, which, by the way, that quote goes unbelievably hard. That is a banger of the highest degree. Basically what that quote is saying is, whenever you're about to do something that could possibly be detrimental and negative, put yourself in the future and think how you're gonna feel after you do it. And think about, is the feeling you're gonna feel later in the moment gonna feel better than the feeling that you're feeling while you're doing the action? So basically, think about the consequences before you do anything in life. I think that's really valuable, because there's been many times where I've struggled with certain things and addictions and situations and all that, where I wasn't conscious of the consequences that would result from those actions. And if I were to just step back and be able to think just for a moment of how would it feel when I finished doing this thing, or if I did this thing, how would it feel versus how would it feel in the moment? And most of the time, the feeling of guilt, the feeling of failure, the feeling of letting myself down far outweighs the pleasure in the moment, because pleasure is fleeting, my friends. Pleasure is just a short couple of seconds, and then you're left with the aftermath, which is usually a really shitty feeling. So that's just one of my favorite quotes in the book. And if you caught this exact version, it's going to be on page 83. And I have a couple of more that I would like to share with you guys. See if I can find them. I folded the pages kind of for like bookmarks. Here we go. Here's another one that's very similar. In every endeavor, consider what comes before it and what follows, and then undertake it. Otherwise, you will begin with spirit, of course, unaware of the consequences. And when these are developed, you will shamefully stop. I want to conquer at the Olympic Games, but consider what precedes and what follows, and then if it gives an advantage, pursue this. You must conform to rules, submit to a diet, refrain from treats, exercise your body, whether you choose it or not, at a stated hour. In hot and cold weather, you must drink no cold water, and sometimes no wine. In a word, you must give yourself up to your trainer. So basically what this quote is saying is, consider everything that something entails before you start to do it. Otherwise, unaware of the consequences and obstacles you will face, you will stop and jump from thing to thing, never committing to anything or accomplishing anything. So let's say you want to get fit, you want to go into the gym, you want to get like a you know, decently fit body, get jacked, whatever your goals are. Before you do that thing, consider all the things that it takes to achieve that. Because if you don't consider all the things that you're gonna have to do, like waking up early, if you gotta go to the gym early, eating a good diet, getting good sleep, eating right, eating enough protein, getting enough fats, staying away from junk food, stuff like that, you're gonna have a hard time and you're probably gonna quit. So whenever you do something, think towards the end, propel your mind towards the end, and think of all the things that you need to consider before you do that thing. Otherwise, you're just gonna jump from thing to thing because you never consider the consequences and the work that it takes to achieve that thing. Everything has a price, everything has a cost. You can't get something for nothing, guys. I know there's a lot of people that will make it seem like you can get rich overnight, do this quick little method to lose 20 pounds of fat overnight. I'm sorry, guys, but those things don't exist. They're not real. A lot of those things are scams. I'm sure maybe one or two of them are the exception, but I've yet to find them. And usually when you take shortcuts actually tend to be the longest path towards your goal, because if you're looking for shortcuts, you're not really dedicated to obtaining that thing. You're just looking for the easy way out. You're looking to be lazy, and in the long run, being lazy actually costs you and makes the journey a lot harder, difficult, and longer. And sometimes you never even achieve that goal because you're discouraged, because you're not achieving any results, because you keep trying to cut corners and take shortcuts. So just remember, guys, success in anything takes work, it takes effort, and the tortoise always beats the hare. Remember that, guys. Consistency is the most important thing when it comes to success. Even when you don't see results, continue to put in that work and eventually you will. Persistence is the key, guys. So I hope this video helped you guys out and you consider copying this book, The Enchiridion by Epictetus. Definitely a great read, definitely a great book. I can make some more videos on this book if you guys would like, because I only gave you about 2 quotes, so the video wouldn't be too long, and I just kind of want to break down those quotes so they're a little more easy to understand. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, please consider subscribing and liking the channel. And without further ado, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.